Chris, this is just a great time right now for Alabama football fans.
It is. There's no question. And exciting, first and foremost, to take care of business against the in state rival, to do what was necessary to get that victory and to put yourself back in the SEC championship game once again. And especially when we go back, Roger, to how we felt leaving Doak Campbell Stadium late August, I guess it was, and just disappointing, frustrating, and I won't forget the look on everybody's face in that locker room. I had to go in and do the post game radio and TV shows with Coach DeBoer there, and that was not a place that was um, good to be at that time. And it was a look of shock, disappointment, and I didn't see that coming. And it's one thing when you go into a ball game and you didn't prepare, or you're not ready, or the other side may be better than you. None of those applied um, in this. They were ready, but for whatever reason, didn't play like they'd prepared. And you wonder if a team, frankly, can recover from that. But man, did they ever. And other than the hiccup against Oklahoma, when frankly felt like it was the better team on the field, but didn't get the win, we know why. Um, it's been really impressive since that time, and now have put themselves in position to play Georgia again, hopefully beat Georgia again, and win an SEC title again.
And really, like you described the whole journey of this season, you can also describe to one player, Bray Hubbard, are really questioned for his effort against Florida State. And
Yeah.
now nobody's questioning his effort with what he did, especially in the fourth quarter with the interception and the forced fumble against Auburn.
And kind of like the team itself, it wasn't exactly what it appeared to be, because one play in particular that kept getting shown, I think he had been injured on the previous play, knocked silly, probably should have left the field, didn't because of the competitor that he is, but didn't know where in the heck he was on a certain play that was um, shown over and over again as an example of what's wrong. Well, he's also the example, as you very well pointed out, of what's right with this team. And the play that he made, to Auburn's credit, game's on the line. They get the ball in the hands of their best offensive threat. And it's not like he was careless with the football. Bray just made the perfect hit, perfect connection. And his second takeaway that he was directly involved with, the pick earlier in the game, I guess it was third quarter maybe, and then that one, which sealed the game for the Crimson Tide. Or, okay, here I am. I can't use the excuse that I used the other night in the excitement of the moment, saying that it sealed it. This is half a week later, and I'm still saying that that's what sealed it. We had work to do afterwards, but it certainly made it a whole lot easier than it was trending in that moment.
Well, it was a great moment. We had a lot of emotion in the booth, as fans have seen on our booth cam highlights with Tyler Watts hitting the drums a little bit. That was a good
Oh,
one.
thought he was going to hit me. That was the look of utter fear on my face. I've slowed down that film as much as anything else, and when you're sitting on your ninth life, and you think it's going to go that way, you're like, "Dad, come on, man!" But no, it was great, and we know it. I mean, Tyler has truly invested blood, sweat, and tears into the script A, and all that uniform represents, and it still means the world to him, and that was evident in his emotion, genuine. I mean, reverting back literally to playing days and screaming ball, ball. That it's on the turf, and um, we got it. And if we owe Auburn a bill for destruction of the press box between he and Tom Stipe, then I think we'll get it covered. But no, it was a great moment for the team, but it was a pretty fun moment for our team in the booth as well.
Yeah, and then speaking of emotion, everyone's starting to see on social media as well, Coach DeBoer being so fired up when you tell him, "Yeah, we're going to Atlanta for the SEC championship." That just shows how much Kalen DeBoer is loving life right now at Alabama.
Oh, there is no question. And that was another moment where I didn't know where in the heck he was going with this. To give the let's go when I kind of break it all down. And I'm so glad, Roger, and we know because you've been around him a ton as well. Um, we're going to pull for Alabama. It's what we do. It's who we work for. Um, it's what we're emotionally invested in, besides professionally. But I said it before the game. I wanted Alabama to win because I wanted Kalen DeBoer to win. I have so much respect for him and hold him in such high regard. Um, and I just wanted to see his team have that success and that opportunity and feel the same way this week because you want to cement the college football playoff berth that comes with winning the SEC crown and not put it in anybody else's hands because we know goofy stuff can happen if you put it in the hands of people who may or may not be qualified to determine who the best 12 teams are within what the format itself is. So handle business, even though it's a tall order. Again, I know what the past is, but I also know who you're playing and going against in that on that other sideline. So it's a tall order, but it's a great opportunity and one that I think Alabama will be ready for. But yeah, I was extremely happy for Coach and a little surprised at a lot surprised at the emotion that was shown, the manner in which it was, but not surprised at all that he's happy. I think that emotion though, and the ability to let it loose, relax, because before the game, the interview with him actually on Friday, I guess it was. Yeah, it was Friday. We did the pregame interview. Um, I'll get it right eventually. I think we actually did do that interview earlier in the day on Saturday. Forgive me, but regardless, it was very, very businesslike. Maybe more so than at any point this year between just he and I. And you knew how locked in and focused he was. So to see him be able to enjoy that moment and go, okay, we got that done. Now let's go play. I think that's going to free them up to be the best version of who they are, and I'm looking forward to seeing that on Saturday. Almost said in the Georgia Dome, but Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yep, that's where we're going to be for Alabama against Georgia. What do you feel like is the biggest challenge about going up against this talented Georgia team for a second time this year after you've already played them, already gotten a win in Athens?
Yeah, they're playing far better than they were when we first met them. I don't think Alabama's far from that because I do think there's some areas there have been some really good improvement overall and signs of it, not just in a one game situation, but collectively. But to go out and play at the level you'll need to beat them again, I think is very, very important. And uh, I'm concerned about them adjusting. Um, but while I think we have exercised some demons at Jordan Hare, um, they get squirrely when they see the Crimson Tide on the other side, and I certainly hope that squirreliness continues for another ball game. And again, we can talk about that, and that's all media type stuff and fan stuff. The reality is, you got to go play at a high level, and Bama seems to do that when they play the Bulldogs.
Well, we'll round out the conversation by looking ahead to Alabama men's basketball. A couple of wins
Hmm.
last week, over 100 points in both of those games against Maryland and UNLV. And now this week, an ACC opponent coming to our building in Tuscaloosa. Alabama against Clemson always brings back some good memories just thinking about this matchup on the hardwood, Chris.
Yeah, no doubt. It's kind of crazy that these two schools that have been linked in the last decade plus with some classic college football games that either directly or indirectly determine the national champion. Um, Also determined a Final Four berth. Is going to be the first one for whichever school won it, and thankfully ours did. Phenomenal victory and opportunity that Nate Oates' team pulled off 2 years ago in that game, and very hopeful that we'll see a similar result. Although there's a whole lot less on the line, there's frankly, I'm not going to say there's nothing on the line. That's not true. They're as Greg Burns says, they're keeping scores. So we might as well win. But this is not going to determine a champion. Both of these, I believe, will be NCAA tournament teams easily. I know in Alabama's case, that's how we're feeling. It's a really good Clemson team as well. And I think it'll be a great matchup and another opportunity to showcase exactly where this program is under our head coach.
We're looking forward to it. Well, Chris, all the best with what's coming up this week. Hey, Coach, the SEC Championship game. It's an exciting time, as we mentioned right off the top, for Alabama fans. And hopefully, next time we talk, we're talking about more good football ahead and more meaningful football ahead in the college football playoff. But thank you for your time. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, buddy. Take care.